Hello and welcome to another MCO market update on Link. The Link chart is currently experiencing a bit of a pullback, bit of a sell-off, small sell-off, nothing major yet. And we start here on the daily chart because I wanted to show you the potential structure to the upside that could be developing maybe over the next few months, 2025. But only as long as the market is holding certain levels that I'm tracking on the smaller time frame. Don't worry, we are also going to take a look at the smaller time frame together. On the larger time frame, I'm still tracking here a so-called flat correction, which started in March 2024. It is labeled an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave to the downside. That C wave could be complete. It's a 5-wave move down, and it reached our support area. Not only that, we can also, in addition to calculating just Fibonacci support, we can also calculate targets based on Fibonacci extension projections. And a key level that we're normally looking for when we're dealing with an ABC structure like that is the 100% Fibonacci extension. In this case, around $11. There was some Fibonacci confluence around that level with an additional level at $10.70. And yeah, we have seen a good reaction, right? So, but the question is, have we actually bottomed? I can tell you that we have not yet seen enough evidence to fully confirm that. I mean, I'm treating it as it bottomed already, but it is not super high confidence. It is still very early days. And the best evidence for a low will be a 5-wave move up in what I've labeled here wave 1, circle wave 1, and then the subsequent pullback in wave 2 should provide a decent setup. But we are still holding below the late March high. That is a bit of a concern because while holding below that level would indicate that we have not yet seen enough evidence really that we are breaking out of this local downtrend. So in addition to that, the rally is only in 3 waves. So we haven't got 5 waves up. We haven't even broken above the last swing high. That is, I don't want to say it's a concern, but it's just way too early to confirm we've bottomed. And the structure just remains very, very fragile. However, let's take a look at the smaller time frame, what we're tracking. Because if we can identify an impulse, then at least it would be somewhat promising. However, if it's only a diagonal pattern or an ABC structure, it's more problematic. Well, and you can already see that the pullback is starting to get quite deep. I've labeled this here as a weak support. So the price broke below upper micro support. Yeah, it's not really broken, but I can tell you to consider this still as an internal wave 4 in this structure, not really happening, okay? So don't believe that. However, we are still holding above the key support here for the yellow scenario. And I think that is the scenario we probably need to get used to. In the white scenario, quick reminder, I'm tracking a diagonal pattern in which we already completed waves 1 and 2. And then we are now in a third wave to the upside, which ideally should get to $17.31. But we are far away from that. So market couldn't get there in a third wave. Rather, we see quite a deep pullback. So the idea would be that instead of assuming that we've already seen waves A and B in wave 3, this might actually be the B wave pullback. So I think I can let me remove the yellow scenario as it is, and we just change the white scenario to match it. So this would be a scenario I am tracking now, considering that this could be a B wave pullback. That is still a potential bullish scenario, but if you follow my work for quite some time, then you know that B waves cannot be trusted, and also diagonal patterns cannot really be trusted until we really get 5 waves up. So, I mean, I am tracking this now as a B wave pullback. However, that does not necessarily mean that this is a high probability structure. I view it as an ABC structure to the downside, and I can tell you that I will give the bullish scenario a chance as long as the market holds above $12.58. So that is the key support level to watch. Overall, all of this is a support zone where the B wave could form a low in the region between $12.58 and $13.92. Any break above the B wave high, here around $15.25, would be a signal that we've started wave C to the upside, probably towards $17.30 plus. That's the update about Link. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.